Hi, and this is Ian's Tutorials, and today I'm going to be showing you how to make a Garry's Mod map or any of those Source Games maps. But first, you open Steam, go under Tools, Source SDK. When you're done downloading it, open it. You'll have to copy some files for the first time, and the source the source game that you want to do it. If it's a game that you've never played, at least started once, then it won't work. So be sure to play it before you do it. Now, I only have Counter-Strike Source, but to edit your game, just go under here and just click on whatever game you use it for, and just use one source after it if you're going to create a Garry's Mod map. Okay, now this engine version, I have no idea what it is. I always use Source Engine 2009. Okay, so under Applications, go to Hammer Editor. Open that up by double-clicking, and just wait. Okay, so now you can close this message box if you want to. It just gets in my way. And open a new one by going File, New. And I like to do this beforehand. You open the Browse menu on the textures. You type in what you want. Like I'm going to type in grass and use this texture. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to this box cube thing, and I'm going to create a simple box. So I'm just doing this to show you. I'm just doing this to show you a sample map that I like messing around with because there's nothing to do. Okay, so now just create a simple box and press enter once you've got your texture like that. And then you might want to deselect it since it's the ground, and just be with it. And then the problem that I always have with it, is if your camera mode is set to 3D wide frame, then that will happen. So to solve this problem, just go up to Camera and say 3D Texture, and it will be like you want it to be. And now you have to create the walls. To do this, you create a wall on. Oh, I forgot to go back into the menu. And then create a wall that's like right the same size as that. And here you can stretch it out how far you want it to be. Up. And then go to Browse. And actually, what you're supposed to do is you're supposed to shorten that a little to like a couple squares. And then say like concrete wall. And then just say enter. And then you want to put a box over the same concrete wall, move it up to above the concrete wall, and stretch it out to however tall you want the map to be. Go to Browse and select and say Tools, Space, Sky. And then find the right one, and then press enter. And then what you'll have sky with a little ledge before the sky. So these little boxes will be the sky in the game, so don't worry about those. Okay, so now what you have to do is you have to create another wall over here, and then just stretch it out to be, and then just stretch it out to be what you want. Right now I'm going to, sorry about that bump. That's my brother, sorry. So now you just have to copy this wall. So you need to create another one right here, and then stretch that out to the top of the sky, and then you have to go back to concrete wall, and I'm going to take that texture back and press enter. And now that you've got that, you've got to finish it up. Like, I'm just going to, this time all I'm going to do is quickly finish it up and use the cement first, and then I'll get back to the rest later. So okay, so I'm going to stretch this back out and just like that. And now what you have to do is you have to get back, you go to browse again and click on and type in tools, sky, and click on the texture I had before. And now you have to drag a window over what you've already done and select it and move it up to above your wall, your original concrete wall. Stretch that out to as far as the rest, and then just press enter, and then that's what you get. And now you have to do the same thing with the next one. So now speed that up. Oops. Speed that up. And move it over here. And stretch it out as tall as the rest. Just enter, and there. Now you just have to cover the ground with one. Now you have to select it and bring it up to the top, and then I like to flatten it by resizing it to a straight line, and press enter. Now you have the sky, and now you have a box. So that's it for Ian's Tutorials, and goodbye.